What's going on, my soldiers of love? Welcome to Virtuosa the Goddesses channel as the twins turn. What's happening out here in these light worker streets? It's a lot, and seeming like it's not much very different than the Real Housewives and the other dramas. However, all this is for the greater good. If this is your first time on my channel, I welcome you to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you're returning, I'm so very grateful for your support and allowing me to be with you guys along your ascension journey. It is not an easy journey. The call was made, you picked up, you answered, and you're walking the path, and it is not an easy path. So don't feel guilty if you ever feel like leaving the path, because if if people tell you that they don't sometimes get frustrated or lose hope, then I question them, because it's that difficult. Remember, we're in the world, but not of the world. Anyway, on that note, this is going to be a reading, overall energy for the collective, for my twin souls, soulmates, soul flames, um, whatever you want to call it, divine connection, whatever label you want to put on it. This is that type of reading. Um, because so many people are abandoning love that we need more of it. Love of self, unconditional love of self first, and then love for each other, because we're all connected. All right. So, with all that spiel, let me just tap into my higher self, the divine creator of my soul. Let us welcome the Elohim, or the archangels, the ancestors that serve my highest good, my way shores, my guides. All of the elements are present: earth, air, water, fire. Let's acknowledge the ethereal kingdom and on our little animal spirits. I love my feathers. I love my little feathers. Okay, let's get started. So today we have Divine Feminine coming in as the Empress with the number 3, which is the number of the Holy Trinity. Just like my gods and goddesses right here, Asar and Aset and Haru is the Holy Trinity. So you're manifesting Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine is in hermit mode. He's shining a light within, spending some time alone, getting to know himself, why he's here, and his purpose. Divine Feminine is just going with the flow and allowing abundance in all forms, not just finances, but abundance in love, abundance of support, abundance of everything. She just knows that she has it all. The connecting energy is the Tower in reverse. So the Tower upright, of course, everyone knows, is a disruption, a tearing down with from the divine of things that were not built to support the divine plan. But this card is in reverse, so that means that this connection, you guys are holding on to this connection. And from the cards, the bottom, I shuffled and flipped the bottom of the decks all over. I'll shuffle again as I pull more. But I wanted you guys to see these because they were so phenomenal that I didn't want to lose them. I just flipped them over. Divine Masculine wants his feminine to know that the reason that it hurts so much to be separated is because your souls are connected. That's right. Your souls are always connected. However, the bottom of the Heal Yourself deck was the pay attention to the red signs, which is 10, which is completion. Pay attention to the red signs, meaning if he comes towards you, just pay attention to the red flags, to the signs. Don't jump full all in. This relationship is worth waiting for. You know, you guys have spent some time apart, but we do have the Triumph card. So there will be a victory in your connection. And then the High Priestess was at the bottom of the deck. Using your intuition to pay attention to the red flags is very vital at this time. Using your intuition to pay attention to the red flags. So let's get some clarifiers on the Empress. What is Divine Feminine drawing towards her? I hope you all are doing well. I hope everything's going good for you. Hey guys, I just really want to talk about something. You know how all the people on the Ascension Path are talking about monogamy and, you know, finding their soulmates, reuniting with their soul divine counterpart. But, you know, as the light shines brighter, there's a group of individuals. All of it works for the good, though. And I won't say a name, but they're very popular right now. It's a female that's from like the 80s, who I have a lot of respect for, and I understand where she's coming from. And it's a man who's speaking on behalf of all the men, and they're promoting polygamy. And the fact that women should accept being a part of a polygamous relationship. So we had the High Priestess, then we had the Hierophant, which is her counterpart. So we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. And then we have the Three of Swords, connecting the energy. Which is such a shame. But before I get started with the reading, I did want to talk about that. So what do you guys, if you could just drop your thoughts in the comments if you have time or you see fit. What do you think about these people that are promoting polygamy while we're sitting around waiting on our divine connections? I think that's interesting. It's very interesting because the world is jumping on board. I've had 3 masculines, none that I'm personally involved with, but I guess they're trying to drop hints because they're sending me these videos about polygamy, and I'm saying, why are you sending this to me? I don't believe in that ish, and I didn't curse. But anyway, so divine feminine, divine masculine, you are aligned, but it's this heartbreak that's not allowing the divine to restructure your connection. Because remember, your connection is within. And that goes to one of the 7 Hermetic principles or 7 universal laws. That everything that's on the inside of you. Remember the principle of mentalism that we talked about yesterday? All is mind and the universe is mental. The law of vibration, Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. So if you're vibrating at a certain level, then your match is the one that vibrates on that level. Um, yeah, so I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, so this heartbreak that the divine masculine and obviously the divine feminine somewhere deep down feels because of this separation is kind of delaying the divine being able to clear the slate for a clean slate. See, that's what's kind of confusing me. It's like, how can the divine bring in this justice, which is Ma'at? How can the divine bring in this justice if we can't let go of this Three of Swords type of energy? I can tell you this. If you're focusing too much on the competition, which is what those two very popular people, the messages that they're promoting is that, you join in with the competition. But if you're focused on this competition, then you can't receive your justice. Divine masculine wants to work on this with the Seven of Pentacles. He wants to work on this connection. He's sitting back at what he already invested in this connection. And he knows you're supposed to get your justice, divine feminine, or whoever's carrying the divine feminine energy. He knows that you're supposed to get your justice. We'll pull more on it. We'll clarify those cards and see what's blocking this connection. Well, I see. Well, you have a new cycle here, divine feminine. There's a new cycle, new start. You want a new start because you feel that this new start is your justice. He's looking over here like, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do, and I know what I want to do, but there's conflict in the connecting energy with this wands. There's conflict. So maybe you both have a lot of suitors, or maybe you're thinking one thing and feeling one thing but doing another one. Yeah, here we have the Two of Cups. Divine masculine knows that this is a soul connection, that he has a soul connection, no matter how many women that he has. Divine feminine, the Queen of Swords in reverse. There's some type of thinking that's causing this conflict and this connection, because look at divine masculine side. And then we get down here, the conflict between this soul union is the Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's some type of thinking that you're thinking, divine feminine. We got still some heartache. And this is so sad. Let's pull an oracle for the divine feminine. It hurts so much because to separate, because our souls are so connected. That's so sad. It looks like this person is crying. Maybe divine masculine is crying. I don't feel that in the energy, but I feel that from that card. Maybe some of the divine masculines are crying. Maybe some of you feminines have been crying. Or I know what it is. You guys are avoiding. Divine feminine if you have to have a good cry or divine masculine, have a good cry. I was taught in psychology class that crying was a positive release mechanism. It helps release the blocked energy, emotional energy out of your body. If you need to cry, go ahead and let it flow so we can let this thing crumble. Because once this crumbles, we get this fresh start. We get a fresh start. You get a fresh start. Let it crumble. Let it all fall down. All fall down. I'm telling my age. That's from the 80s, y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all some babies probably. I'm kidding. Y'all can tell me some new songs. Hold up, I had a card to hit the floor. All right, so same card we had yesterday, Divine Feminine. You want a person to come into your life by accident but stays on purpose. So yeah, you're looking for something serious. You don't care nothing about that mumbo jumbo, but you do miss your masculine, but you don't care nothing about that if he's not coming to you on the real with the real stuff, with the real deal. I mean, anybody. I mean, you know, in business, come with you with the real. We don't have time to play. We on an ascension journey. We going from 3D to 5D, from 3D to 4-3 to 5D. Oh, feminine, look at this. Look how magical this card is. Do you see her blowing bubbles with fishies in it? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. She's filled with emotion and imagination, and never give up on something that you really want. Never. But you don't chase it in the physical. You allow it to flow to you with the Empress. Trust the universe. Guys, I got to tell you, as I pull some more cards, I got to tell you about being high, you know, a seven-dimensional being. The seventh dimension is the beginning dimension where you can go back in the past and change events. So I've been on this spiritual journey for about 3+ years, knowingly. You know, I look back on my life and connect the dots. I've been on it longer than that, but I didn't know because I was still asleep and very worldly and having a good time, to be honest. But as we jump timelines, I tried to go back to a prior timeline just to kind of do an experiment. And I leave place markers, like I leave things places. So when I go back, I can see the difference in the timeline. You know, I'll know that I'm on a different timeline, but it's hard to explain. But basically, I tried to put a place marker on the past timeline. So if I didn't like what was on that higher timeline, and to be honest, it wasn't that I didn't just not only like what was on the higher timeline. Somewhere stupidly, I was thinking my masculine would be on that higher timeline. So I said, well, I'll go back to the old timeline because obviously it's something that I skipped. So tried to go back. It was a total cluster, you know what, when I arrived back. So just to let you know, if you start experimenting with jumping timelines, meaning in the seventh dimension, don't go back because it won't be the same. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm cognizant of being on multiple timelines, even though we are on multiple timelines. I haven't gotten to the point where I actually have seen it yet. But when I do, you know, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so we got your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. So when you jump a timeline, there are no shortcuts. Divine Masculine wants to jump a timeline, but there are no shortcuts. If on this next timeline you're in your greatest shape, you're financially secure, you have to take the steps in this timeline. At least, they say, divine, you take one step, he takes two, she takes two. So you're going to have to take those steps and plant the seeds. So divine masculine has planted the seed for his divine connection for this next timeline. Divine feminine, you've been using your intuition to guide you through your timeline. You're using sheer faith, just like Aset. When her husband or her consort was cut into the 13 pieces and placed all around Egypt or Kemet, her sheer faith and desire brought this child, Haru, into being. The spiritual realm helped her. They mummified him. She wasn't able to find his, but his private part. But this obelisk is a representation of his private part. Take a look at it. It has the Metu Neter on it, which if you had a past life in Kemet or Egypt, even though you're looking at this and you don't know what this means, your soul actually knows what it means. It's the writing of the Creator. It's the language of the Creator. Okay. So divine masculine, if you want to change to get to this Two of Cups, you must plant those seeds. And you have planted some. And you're wondering, oh, is it any good? Is it time to harvest? What to do? So we'll keep pulling cards to see. But life is an art. Paint your dreams. Sing your songs. Enjoy the dance. Your divine masculine may be a singer, a dancer. He may be an artist of some type. But he's thinking about you when he's painting. Or he's doing his poetry. Or when he's dreaming, he's thinking of his feminine. Divine feminine, never giving up. Using that imagination to dream your dreams and try to be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. Use your light to help others. I can tell you this with experiments, that once you use when you raise your vibration, all of a sudden, look, and then here's that card. When I pulled the first card off that was on the bottom of the deck, this card, and this is exactly what I'm speaking about. When you raise your vibration, your masculine feels it, and he's automatically drawn to you. People feel that energy. Everybody can feel low and low vibrational. But when you're playful, when you allow your inner youth to shine, that's when you're more attractive. And then your masculine feels that energy, and then all of a sudden, he's feeling like he wants to contact you. I remember I used to say when my masculine would disappear for a couple days at a time, I used to say, well, I used to get sad and worry. And then one day I was like, hey, I'm about to enjoy this day. And as soon as I raised my vibration, it was like instantly, phone call. I'm alive. I'm doing fine. I was like, now all the time I was worried and sad, I didn't get a phone call. And then as soon as I'm up and happy, then I get a phone call. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this is for the masculine. He's feeling playful right now. He needs to be more playful, not so serious. and explore his feelings that he has for his feminine, and not hold them in and not push them deep down inside himself. Men are taught not to feel emotions, but we got some cup energy over here on the masculine side. Feminine, I haven't seen any cup energy for us today. But that's okay, because you're busy imagining things. Just imagine, like, I wish I could blow these bubbles with little fishies in them. Like, thinking of things like that, that opens up your creative side. And your creative side is your masculine side. So the more you open up that creativity, the more you open up to love. Look at that. And healing. Healing this Three of Swords energy that we have. There needs to be a healing. Both of these are threes. Check this out. Both of these are threes. Look at that. 2 threes. Need to be healing. And then look. Healing that masculine and feminine energy. That's an art. Master that art of thinking, planning, then execution in a creative manner is what that sacral energy is used for. And those self-love rituals gives you the freedom to explore the timeline that you're on. Those self-love rituals, it's like gas to a car. You gotta have them. You got, not just for how other people perceive you to look, but for your own temple. This is, your body is your temple. And then resisting that temptation, masculine and feminine, resisting the temptation to be more in the world. I mean, not more of the world and not just in it. And take off your mask and just be you. Who are you under the mask? Let go of the pride. Let go of pride. Pride is ego. Ego is your lower self. Your lower self is what people call the devil energy. You need your ego in certain instances, but your ego can be a major block. Because your ego is what you have been allowing to protect this inner child that wants to come out and play, especially on the masculine side. Wants to paint. The inner child wants to create a short story. Your inner child wants to go to the playground and swing. Your inner child wants to be free, wants to know that it's protected and to be free. So allow your higher self to parent your inner child. And no more procrastination. And taking off your mask is the number 11th card. So this message is for my twin souls, my twin flames, my 1111s. Take off your mask and show the world a real you. Stop following the crowd. If you're on this spiritual journey, we don't follow the crowd. We don't do what everybody else does. We know that our dreams mean something. Have a dream journal. Each one teach one, reach one. Share your rainbow and brighten up somebody else's cloud. Because you have the victory and the strength to start that new creative project with this Ace of Wands. Oh, this strength card is power too. You have the power to tame that ego, tame that pride, and spend some time meditating and pulling away from things like what we spoke about yesterday, gossip and all of those nonsense. If you're watching readings and they're only telling you who's the divine masculine and getting down with, that is delaying this tower. I don't know how many times I got to say that on this channel. I withdraw from them. Every now and then I'll indulge in one or two and laugh. Yes, funny. But at the end of the day, I'm about ascending. I'm about being this empress, trying to make a life for myself, trying to see, why did the divine wake me up to this journey? What did she have for me to do? What type of life would I be living if I followed my divine guidance and stayed in alignment and focused on myself and on helping others as I go along? Each one teach one, reach one. Here we have the Hierophant twice. We got the Hierophant, which is 5, which means a change. Studying, learning about the universal laws, learning about quantum physics and jumping timelines, learning about other dimensions, learning about self. Then after you learn something else, go back and learn about self again. It's a forever journey. No longer suffering in silence, following the light. Not accepting any more deception or envy. So, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of crack before you go. Because I know you want to know what the divine masculine is doing. What is divine masculine doing at this time? You want to know. I mean, to me, I really don't care as long as they're fine. Well, he's receiving some crown chakra activations. He's getting some downloads from the divine. That's why he's look, 7 of Pentacles again. He's having patience and planning. He's planning how to come back. That's what I see. I see him wanting to return with this 2 of Cups, with this higher commitment. He knows he has a soul contract. You told him. He's no dummy. I mean, he's just playing around in the world. He doesn't want to wait anymore. Waiting game is over. Look, here we have the Temperance again, balancing that spiritual and that physical realm, meditating before or when you come home from work, or, you know, in between. You get that 10 minutes of time, having the patience to spend time on that self-love. Make this a part of your self-love routine so you'll know which seeds to plant so you can create this magic. See that magical fairy dust coming off of that seed? Then you got these magical bubbles. Let's just not look. And here's that 4 of Wands, that stable foundation, that happy home, that stable commitment that you want, that happy family, that covenant. Planting the seeds for that, taking that time, that self-love. I met a lady that's 102. Did not know she was 102. I was like, you want to go walking with me? And met her on the elevator. You want to go walking? She was like, no. Then I find out she was 102. She looked beautiful. Had her right mind. I know some of you guys could be young in your 20s and thinking, I'll never live that long, but you never know. Keep up that self-love routine. I had a friend that turned 90, and all she kept saying was, are you doing this to you? You putting this on your face? Are you doing that? Because I said, why do you look so young? Because I take care of myself. I mean, that self-love. Here we go with this is a Pentacle, 4 of Pentacles, that firm foundation. Setting that foundation for these foundations of achievements. We got action on the physical plane. We got 2 4s, a master number. The divine is calling. Let them tear this down so we can rip this out, heal that energy, and move forward. We have the Empress again. Fertile. Some of you guys are going to be pregnant. Some of you guys are already pregnant. Here's another number 3. we got threes, we got fours. Or if we want to talk about signs, we got, you know, water, we got Pisces, Scorpio, um, we got earth, we got fire signs, we got everybody on the board. Look, here we go to Ace. Ace of Pentacles. Feminines are manifesting the Ace of Pentacles, which is a legacy for your family and yourself. Well, we don't have time. We got to heal ourselves. I wanted to pull from this deck that I have down here so we can, I want to give y'all crack before we close it out. Ooh, I was having a party in this box. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, I just want to share with you guys, I'm on day 1 of my fast. I think I'm going to do this for 2 days. Maybe. No, I'm going to go with just a day. But I am fasting today. Every now and then it's good to fast. You get a lot of those, where was that card? The dreams. If you're not at a conscious state to remember your dreams, if you fast for a day or two, you will get messages in your dreams. So that is a message. So divine masculine, the temple of my body. Hold up, no, this is for feminine. I can tell right off the rip. The temple of my body. Didn't I just speak of the temple? Thank you, divine. Self-love. The temple of your body. Take care of your temple. Divine masculine got a little sex on the brain. He's thinking about you. Ooh, and this is a 9. So I wouldn't say this was a karmic. And the reason why I wouldn't say this is a karmic is because he all up in his head over you. I mean, now a man can be all up in his head over you and still go out and bone another chick. However, this number, 18, reduces to a 9. And a 9 is the divine feminine number. 9 is the only number that gives birth to itself. Check out the number 9. If you have time to research the number 9. And you will see that that is the number of creation, the number 9, which is the ultimate feminine energy. Divine feminine, you are on multiple timelines. And I think you kind of do know. I can take this card 2 ways, today for tomorrow. That time. Divine, creator, spirit, you are showing out. This is those timelines that I told you about. Look at this full moon. By the full moon, you'll know. You'll see progress of your timelines, your past one and your future one, or your present one and your future one. This is your present and your future timeline. They hold in hands. You see, they're not twins. Because you see her hair is longer here. Then tomorrow is shorter. The dresses are different. They're not twins. They just both have red hair. So it's the same woman, but a different time period. So divine feminine, you're about to see a major shift and jump in your timeline. So it's looking like the masculines are on their best behavior. They're not showing out nowhere. I don't see that. I got one more deck that we can spy on them with if you just have to know the energy that's around them. See, he's at your service. He's changed. 23 reduces to 5. He wants to serve his feminine. But he got a little money in his pocket, it's looking like, because he's living large. So let's pull one more. You know, after a while, if all the women stop putting up with the multiple women situation, then the men, if the feminines stop accepting men like that, his heart beats for you. And every beat of his heart, he thinks about his feminine. You are in his heart. And that's so beautiful. And I just want to say, just don't put up with it if all together the collective decided to not. Look, just say no, just as I said. If all the women just got together and just said, no, I know that you're screwing around. I know you got multiple women. And just decided not to do that, then the men wouldn't do it. You think they're going to be alone? No, they will make a choice. They'll be talking smack. But okay, guys, I'm just going to get your affirmation, and then I'm going to skedaddle out of here. And I hope you all have a wonderful, prosperous day. Remember to meditate. Stay connected to your higher self. Start on your dream. I don't care if it's just going to pick up some paintbrushes from Hobby Lobby. Just start on your dream, even if you don't have time and you sit there and stare at it for a while. Just take one step, because remember to jump that high, to get to your highest timeline. Your highest timeline. You got to earn it. First, this has to be torn down. You got to heal this heartbreak. Get happy with your life as you know it today. Because as you enjoy life, smell the roses, take the time to smell the roses, you're more attractive. And today for tomorrow. Sacrifice doing something that's not doing you any good for something that's going to mean the world to you tomorrow and your children. So let's do one affirmation. And see if this affirmation, and stop being obsessed over what the masculine is doing. Because as long as you're obsessed with the karmic, you're giving them energy. I mean, everything is karmic. Every single thing. I know it's like a spiritual street term, but every relationship is karma. Every last one of them. Is it bad karma or is it good karma? Is it karma or is it dharma? Dharma is the good karma. So that's what it is. But all of everything, every connection is karmic. Meaning everything was planned out. Everything is for a lesson. That's why we came to Earth School. That's why we're on this planet. Okay, so let's get a card. Let's get a card. Let's get a card. So Divine Masculine is crying over you. He's crying. He misses you. It's heartbreak. Raise your vibration. Each day is a new opportunity. Yesterday is over and done. Didn't I just tell you about going backwards? From my experience, today is the first day of my future. Today for tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Divine. Divine is all up in this room. All up in this reading. I don't care if it ain't but two of y'all watching. You getting some divine healing today. I know that old negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease. Yes, if they do not serve your highest good, let it go. Patterns, habits, thinking, beliefs. I am grateful for my healthy body. I love life. Do you know how grateful we should be to be able to walk and talk and listen to this video? That is something to be grateful for. I give a portion of my time to helping others. It is good for my own health. And I just want to thank you guys for listening and allowing me to help you. You're keeping my light worker. You keep my light going because I'm sharing it. Look, and you're to share it too. Each one teach one, reach one. I give a portion of your time. Give a portion of your time to help others. Matches up with this card. Try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. I know you guys have been a rainbow in mine. And on that note, I love you so much. And I wish you all that you want to manifest in this lifetime, including your connection to your masculine, because he is hurting. I do feel it. I do feel it now. But anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Oh, I got to give you a 42 law of Ma'at today. Today is I will not tell lies. Live in your truth. I don't care who it hurts. Live in your truth. That is one of the 42 laws of Ma'at, from which we would self-govern ourselves for this new earth, fifth dimension living that we're waking up to, because the energies of here, again, the earth has already ascended through the photon belt. You can Google that. We've ascended to the fifth dimension. We are in heaven on earth. It's just wake up to it. And that's what us light workers do. We wake others up to it. On that note, I love you so much. If you need to reach out for any spiritual counseling or any personal readings, email me at virtuosothegoddess@gmail.com. I will respond same day. Love you all. Love you so much, my soldiers of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah.